So I'm here with musical theater and comedian extraordinaire Leslie Collins before she goes on the show, and she's laughing and all smiles.
Yes.
Should you be?
I think so. I mean, unless there's torture involved, but I feel pretty good about it. I feel like this is going to be a nice time.
Mm-hmm. You've been on Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I can imagine you're pretty much up to anything.
I think so. You did your research.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did a little Rocky Horror once upon a time. So at least I would be completely comfortable wearing fishnets and a teddy if you guys asked me to. But I didn't bring anything, so I have a feeling it'll be probably pretty tame today.
Okay, do you know what you're going to be talking about on the show?
I have no idea. Cooking, I mean, anything.
Do you like to cook?
I love to cook, yeah.
What do you cook typically?
Well, I'm not a vegetarian, but I've been leaning towards it. So I've been...
Like pescatarian?
No, just like... I like
you
some
dabble
meat.
in...
I dabble. I'm just more intrigued in like trying to make some really yummy vegetarian things lately.
I went to Tokyo Disney. Okay, so from what I knew once upon a time, Japanese Tokyo Disneyland used to be run by this company called the Oriental Land Company, which somehow I've heard through the grapevine has the mafia ties. Japanese mafia ties. It has to be like completely made up. Mickey must die. But that being said, actually, that's probably a lie. But they had so much money, and that park would sell out. So they're huge American pop culture band. So I did this show called Swing and Sing, where I tap danced, and we had like a 17-piece orchestra with us on stage every day. And you know when you go to Disneyland in Florida, it's all like canned music.
Yeah.
But Tokyo Disneyland did it right because they had amazing costumes, amazing dancers, amazing singers, and then they hired us to come over and sing in English. So I never really had to.
At what point did you get to work in any of your characters during this stuff? When did you? When did those really?
No. I did musical theater for a long time, and then
we saw you did the Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah, and I felt like I kind of always wanted to do comedic musical theater roles, and I just kind of got frustrated with that whole thing. It's a very difficult business. At least it was for me.
I used to do musical theater.
And not to say like I wasn't successful. I just felt like doors started opening when I started doing comedy, and it just became easier. And I was like, God, why am I doing things that are so difficult when I have so much joy doing other things?
Did you enjoy Tokyo though?
I love Tokyo. I love the Japanese people. I loved. I mean, this was like right out of college. This was a long time ago, but it was great. I came back with a fat wad of cash that set me up for a long time.
Can you speak any Japanese?
I know some dirty phrases.
Yeah, teach us a little dirty.
Well,
Everybody does. I don't know any dirty Japanese.
Not that I used these. Well, I'll teach you some basic ones. It's Genki desu ka is like, are you happy?
Genki desu ka?
Yeah.
That's not dirty.
No, that's not dirty. Namae wa nan desu ka is what's your name? Namae wa nan desu ka?
Namae wa nan desu ka?
Yes. And then you would say, Danny-san.
Danny-san?
Yeah, that's your name. Leslie.
They really add son into the end of everything?
Son. Yeah, S-A-N.
Danny-san.
Yeah.
It's kind of gangster.
But,
Did you not? I forgot. You didn't see Karate Kid. I forget. There's another movie that you never saw.
That was Daniel's son anyway.
It's close enough.
A different name, Chris.
Shakahachi kudasai
Watch yourself.
is blowjob please.
I knew it.
But it's nice because you put
Exactly.
please at the end.
Blowjob. How do you say that one?
Shakahachi kudasai, I believe.
Sakahaki kudasai.
Shakahachi kudasai. It's been a long time. My Japanese is a little rough.
Why?
Either blowjob or it means like a shiitake
I think
mushroom roll.
bichku beru beru, something like that is like suck on my nipples.
Bichku beru beru.
Please, yeah. How come there's no please at the end of that one?
Kudasai.
That's a demand. A blowjob is a polite question. What's the difference there? It's a cultural thing. That's what it is.
Do you know on the trains I would go to work and they have like porn in regular newspapers. But it's like they block out certain the private parts.
Okay,
but
yes. Okay, now maybe you know this because I heard this is a cultural thing with them. I watch a lot of Asian porn, okay, and some of the Asian porn.
He's a cultural man.
Who doesn't?
Hey, I'm a worldly guy over here. That's how I do my travels from my chair at home in the basement. Travel to far reaches of the world.
Chris Iaconos.
Worldly man. But the Asian porno, for some reason, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, but they block out pubic hair. Apparently, pubic hair is taboo.
Yeah,
and the
they
whole
don't
area.
show that stuff. They'll show like porn on television, but they'll like blur out the good.
Yeah,
the,
pubic hair is no good, but you can buy dirty panties out of a vending machine.
This is true.
Like, are you kidding me?
No,
like,
this is
that'll
true.
harm somebody.
Yeah.
They really have these vending machines?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did when I was there.
So are they right next to like the M&M vending machine?
From
That's
what I
got like.
remember, they have these big, huge buildings that have
Just panties.
like electronic Plinko. You know what Plinko is? You
Yeah.
know the little put in the. It's like in places like that.
How dirty are they?
I don't know.
You pay
Well,
more the
women,
more dirty
women
they
wear
are.
them and then they put them in an envelope
Or
and
they
mail
say-
them.
What if
They
they've been
say
worn
they
for
wear
like
it.
30 years? Is that a more expensive item?
I think it went really well. I had a really fun time. I enjoyed chit-chatting with the guys and gal, so it was a good time.
Great, and you were talking about country music. I was just listening to Graham Parsons a little bit. Does that give me some country music cred?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. I mean, you are wearing a Michael Jackson t-shirt, so that is soft at my heart. I love that too, but country music, look into, if you really want to know country music, I like sappy 80s country.
Sappy, like Garth Brooks, or is that too 90s?
No, that's 90s, but like
Alright.
George Jones is like 70s.
What about George Strait? Was he 80s?
He was 80s.
Was he sappy?
Yes. John Conley, George Strait, why am I blanking? But yeah, those are good ones.
What about the dude who always walks with the terrible postures in that movie with Tim Robbins? What's his name?
So
Lyle
Dwight,
Lovett?
Oh, I was like, Lyle Lovett, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Yoakam, he's good 80s. I mean, I grew up in that, so that's what I love. But there's a lot of good, some Lori Morgan, Katie, yeah, I've been
What's
in
the
New York
dude's
too
name?
long, but anyway.
Dwight Yoakam was in that movie. Was he in Panic Room with Jodie Foster?
He's been in
He
some
played the
movies.
crazy
He always wears a
hat.
hat because he's balding. But
Crazy dude.
I've seen him in concert. Alabama.
Is that why country people wear hats all song?
Yeah. Tim McGraw. He has no hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he
he
has
married
plugs.
Faith Hill.
I know, but he has plugs now. You have to get
Okay.
plugs if you're married to Faith Hill, I guess. I mean, I like his music, but it's
Do you think Faith Hill knows? Because if she knows, what's
she
the point?
She knows. He went bald under that hat, and now he has hair all of a sudden. It's like John Travolta. Like all these dudes, they've all.
I guess he's got to be presentable when he goes out with Faith Hill to the
I
CMT
guess,
Awards or
but
something.
he ain't fooling anyone. I'm like, I remember you when you were balding. You don't have any hair. Just own it. Own it. You're fart. Gentlemen, listen to me. If you're balding, own it. Just go bald. Women love that. No plugs. No plugs, no peace.
Do women actually love that, or are they just saying that?
No. Who wants to rub your hand through women? I've worn enough wigs in my life to know that you just can't run your hair through a wig. It gets all sticky and gross. On a windy day, you could lose it. So just own up to a sexy bald head, and women totally love it.
No,
It's about owning it.
crazy glue.
No crazy glue. At the camera.
Yeah, sure.
Listen to Comical Radio on iTunes.